All right, good morning, sight friends. This the Midi Man coming at you again from Studio B and C. Thanking God for life, health, and strength. Thank God for all the sight friends. You know who you are. And I say that with a grain of salt, y'all. Believe me. This morning, as y'all can see in the video that my title it said "How to Spot the Green-Eyed Monster." How to spot it. Very. It's. I remember my grandma, as well as my great grandma. Like I said, they had a great big part in raising me up, rearing me up through the years, and they taught me a lot of things. They weren't no PhDs and everything, but I tell you what, they had more wisdom than most PhDs. See, it's one thing, y'all. Let me tell you something. Education has its place, y'all. I want to get that straight up and out of the way. I believe in the education. I went to school myself, and I believe in having education. But education doesn't mean you got any common sense. It's a lot of people that got a lot of degrees, but they don't have a bit of common sense at all. These older generation of people, they didn't even go to school. They have more common sense and knowledge than some of these here quote unquote master degrees and all the other degrees. You know, some of us got more degrees on us than a thermometer, but yet and still we don't have any common sense. This is why I come back to do this here. How to spot the green-eyed monster, y'all. I am so uh, I don't like to try to draw attention, but the truth is light. The truth is light, and I wanted to share this here with somebody. It might help somebody. I don't know. But I'm already ready here. I'm getting ready to get out of here to go to the worship service this morning, my home church, Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. I will be leaving there pretty soon. And I just wanted to say the way that you can spot that old green-eyed monster, because a lot of us have been hurt by that green-eyed monster. A lot of us are still or yet being hurt by the green-eyed monster. Is called, well, we know most of the people is jealousy, the green-eyed monster, envy, whatever like that there. But I want to tell y'all something. As far as I can remember myself, I don't ever remember a time when I was personally had that problem. Now that was one thing. I don't think I ever had to deal with that, as far as I can know. Now if I did, I don't remember it. Because I was always happy for people when they got anything. I was happy for them. I was I knew that, you know, when God blesses you, then that's just one more out of my way. It won't be long before I will get my blessing. You don't have to be jealous of other people. But nevertheless, I said this video is how to spot that green-eyed monster. A lot of people don't have discernment. But I was taught, like I said, by two of the best. My grandmama and my great grandma had some great discernment, and they told me how to spot it. When you when you see when you got people that's supposed to be close with you or knitted with you in some kind of way, but everything that you do, everything that you get, they try to either match it or outdo it. Watch out. Watch out. Let me say that again, y'all. How to spot the green-eyed monster. When you want to spot jealousy and envy in a person against you, all you got to do is look at. It might be many things. It might be many other things that, but I'm saying this is what my great grandmama and grandmama taught me. Watch for this sign, and this is a sure sign. When a person tries to do what you do, or get what you get, everything. I mean, not just some things, but everything. You know, I know people that'll go out and purchase stuff that they don't even need or are going to use just because somebody else went and got it. You understand? I mean, and then you can also tell when people start acting funny. You know, it was I forget the name of this here artist back in the day, and the song was called people show like funny when they get a little money from the New York. I remember that. But you can always tell when people start, and you can't do anything about it now, y'all. God don't hold you responsible for what other people do. He holds you responsible for what you do. But nevertheless, he gives us, some of us, and God gives liberally to whom whatever you can handle, God will give it to you. You cannot do anything with some people. They get an attitude, and you can tell when people change. I mean, hey, I mean, you got to be real. You got to be kind of a little bit unstable in your mind not to see when people change. Some sort of way whip you when they was once like this, and then all of a sudden they go to left field on you for no apparent reason. That's what I said, apparent reason. There's always a reason. I forget who I told this one time. Somebody, I don't know whether I was in college or not, but they were talking about, I don't know what reason. They don't have any reason. Oh yeah, there's always a reason for people to do what they do. Everybody, always a reason. It may not be a good one, but nevertheless, it is always a reason. But nevertheless, my people, that is one of the things. Like I said, I just had to go. I don't know, it got on my spirit real hard. Because people will change on you overnight. Some like the east wind going to the west. They'll change on you. Got to watch that. But nevertheless, don't let that kind of activity press you down. Don't let it press you down. You keep your head up. And it's hard sometimes, especially when certain people do it. I realize that. I'm not oblivious to that fact. It is very, because there are some people that we deem and we kind of hold and treasure pretty highly. And we would think that these individuals would never fit that category. They would never act that way. But y'all, let me give you some piece of advice. We are all human. Me and you as included. We are all human. Sometimes people go out to left field on you. They'll do that. But when it happens, you have to just know, like I put a post on Facebook, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. That's what I put on Facebook early this morning. I don't know why that came to me, but it did. When people get to acting, because see, I see so much of it, y'all. I just got to tell you the truth. I'm not trying to be ugly or nothing, but I see so much of it. Well, when people start acting like jackasses, you got to treat them like that. A jackass is a very stubborn animal. I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But just in case somebody may not know, a jackass is nothing but a donkey. Donkey's a very stubborn animal. But at any rate, when people get to acting that kind of way with you, honey, do like Kenny Rogers said, know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Some people you just have to let go. Now, when people don't want to be bothered with you, because see, that envy will get people where they can't stand to even see you coming. When it gets to that point, and like I said, when people just automatically change with you for no apparent reason, because there's always a reason. No apparent reason, no good reason, I should say. Honey, it's just if you're going to distance yourself. Distance yourself from that individual in a quick and a hurry way. Because see, I'm like this here, and I was taught this. You don't have to, God doesn't have to write something in the sky for me to understand it. All I do is look at how people move about and how they deal with me on a one-on-one basis. And I'm a very good observer. And I analyze things, and I see, and when I come up with that conclusion, I say, oh, you know, this person here, they got a problem. Once I see that you got a problem, I would distance myself and let you go. Because I would rather let you go than to let that stuff and bitterness and hatred get in me. Just because you don't have sense enough to deal with yourself and to deal with certain people. See, you got to deal with people according to God's knowledge. And sometimes it's just best to let people go. Jesus did that, y'all. And if you don't believe me, I dare you to read St. John, the Gospel of St. John, 6 chapter, 66 verse, where all of the one left Jesus, but Jesus didn't follow behind not one of them. He let them went. And then he turned around to the main 12 that he called and told them, y'all want to go too? You don't believe that, do you? Yes, Jesus said that. So sometimes it's best if you don't need a jealous and envious person around you anyway. Because jealousy and envy can lead to murder. Better watch yourself, y'all. I just thought I would give that. I don't know who that's for this morning. But nevertheless, we're going to get ready to get on out of here and go to church service and then make our way on back into the house again to continue doing what we would need to do. With that being said, this midman saying, whatever you get into. If God ain't in it, please, ma'am, please, sir, you better come out of it because it's going to come to nothing at all. Especially this here green-eyed monster thing. Get away from it, y'all, if you can. You can do it. You just have to let some people go. This is midman saying peace and good morning.